So when it comes down to, the actual filing for their IPO, I don't think that Ripple will IPO in a traditional sense. I think they will have a direct listing. So there are a couple different ways that you can get listed on the public stock exchange. There are 15 or 16 different exchanges. The two largest exchanges that you guys know about and have heard of are the New York Stock Exchange and NASDAQ. There's still other competitors out there, but those two get the lion's share of liquidity and new listings when companies go public. A traditional IPO, you would have a roadshow. You would go out for 6 months. You would court all the investment banks. You would dilute your shareholders, issue new shares, and give them first right, basically, on the listing of those. They'd be able to sell those to their private clients. And that's how you drive liquidity and share price up on the stock. Gemini just had a traditional IPO not that long ago. That was another big one in 2025. A direct listing is like Coinbase. So Coinbase did not go the traditional route of IPO. They let their shareholders that had bought in, sell onto the market. They had enough brand recognition that they felt they could go public without having to court the investment banks. And likely the investment banks already had pretty significant allocations. And my speculation and knowledge tells me that they do the same for Ripple. They have allocations to Ripple stock already. And we also saw Citadel, we saw Fortress, and a few others participate on this last round at a $40 billion valuation to the tune of about a $500 million investment into Ripple in late 2025. So I don't believe that they will go public in the first half of 2026. But back to the other ways you can go public. With the direct listing, that means that people that own shares would immediately be able to sell their shares onto the market once it was listed. And that's what happened to Coinbase, and that's why you saw Coinbase stock, fall substantially at the open, did not go up. In a traditional IPO, those that were, private investors early on that are not the investment banks, there will be a lockup period. It can be as little as 90 days, but more often than not, it's 6 months to a year before you can actually sell those shares. Similar to, right, Circle also had a traditional IPO, and there's a lockup period for those people that were holding those shares on the private market before they went public. So that's my thought. We've got the SPAC, which is another way that companies go public. That is when a public company acquires a private company and then changes its name.